I will be talking on God is our shepherd, and we are the sheep that have gone astray. And God, when He looked down on earth and saw His sheep falling into sin, walking and straying, going in the wrong direction, He said, "Son, it's time that you went to earth to teach your people, to teach your sheep. You be their shepherd and save them." So in Isaiah chapter 53 verse 6 we see, "All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all." So Isaiah is very emphatic. He says, all of us, everyone, like sheep have gone astray. We have turned away from following God and His precepts. We have turned away from good and turned toward evil. Everyone going and doing things his own way, sinning. And the Lord, that's God, has laid on Jesus the iniquity of us all. So Jesus came to earth as a baby, and He grew up in stature and in wisdom. And at the age of 30, He set out on His mission to do His Father's will. And in Mark chapter 6 verse 34 we see, when Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, He had compassion on them, because they were like sheep without a shepherd. So He began teaching them many things. So what do we see here? Mark says, when Jesus landed and saw a large crowd. What was the crowd doing there? The crowd were like lost sheep. They knew that Jesus had something to offer them, that He had the wisdom, the skills, the knowledge, He had the power of healing. So they were all waiting for Jesus to receive something good from Him. So when Jesus saw the large crowd, He knew that they were waiting for Him. And He knew that they were like lost sheep without a shepherd. And He accepted the role of becoming their shepherd. And so He began teaching them many things. Teaching them to walk away from sin. Teaching them about His Father. Teaching them values in life. Now we look at Matthew chapter 9 verse 36. When He saw the crowds, He had compassion on them, because they were harassed and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. So now Matthew is also confirming that when Jesus saw the crowds, He had compassion on them, because they were harassed and helpless. He could see that they were, that they were so unhappy. They were so unhappy because they were being harassed. They were helpless, and they needed the sheep. So they were, the Romans were harassing them. And the people were looking for a Redeemer, for a Messiah. They were waiting for the Messiah. Yeah, God sent his son who was to be the suffering servant, who was to be the Messiah, to be crucified on a cross, because Jesus was to be the sacrifice for us all. Jesus was the shepherd. He came down on earth and took up that role to be the shepherd of his people. And yes, he did that. And shepherds normally, when they see their sheep lost, fallen into a crag, or hanging near a cliff, the shepherd would leave all his sheep, the 99, and go after that one that has strayed and save that sheep. And sometimes he could, he could get hurt, he could get killed. And Jesus died for us. Not for saving one sheep, but for saving the whole world, the whole of creation. Jesus died for us. And if we look to him and say, Jesus, save me, he would save us. We just need to call on him and to accept him, accept salvation, and then follow his teachings. Now, if we look at 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 25. For you were like sheep going astray, but now you have returned to the shepherd and overseer of your souls. So Peter confirms that you were like sheep, he says. We look telling the people, you were like sheep going astray, but now you have returned to the shepherd. So the people were, going their own way, doing their own things, but now they've come back. Jesus came, taught, loved them, served them. Then he died on the cross for them and rose again victoriously. So the shepherd has saved his sheep. They have come back. The shepherd, so Peter is calling Jesus the shepherd and overseer of our souls. How blessed are we that God our Father, the shepherd in heaven, sent his only Son down to the earth to save each one of us, because we were going astray. And now, when we say yes to Jesus and we follow Jesus, we are saved. Our souls are saved. Our souls are preserved. And we can go to heaven. Thank you, Jesus, for your great love and tender mercy. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for coming down to the earth and for saving us, saving the lost sheep. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. From the depths of our hearts, we say thank you. We love you. Now I'm going to sing the song, Shepherd Me, O God. Maybe just a verse or two. Okay. Shepherd me, O God, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from death into life. Shepherd me, O God, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from death into life. You raise me and heal my weary soul. You lead me by pathways of righteousness and truth. My spirit shall sing the music of your name. Shepherd me, O God, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from death into